G'day, I'm James from 2FB Cooking and whatever else is on my shirt. You can see it all here. And g'day, Doug. Where do you come from?
Hi, James.
Hi, Doug.
Hello, everybody. And I'm Doug from 2FB Cooking as well. And what are we doing today, James?
I believe, Doug, that you're going to be doing some cooking today and showcasing some really new things with our products. And I'm kind of looking forward to it because I don't know what it is. So that's exciting.
Good. Well, today we're going to cook a couple of really special things. One of my favourite desserts is chocolate mousse.
Oh, I'm in. I love it.
Yeah, you love it, I know. And chocolate mousse is a very traditional thing, and there's many different ways to create this, but I'm going to put a twist on it. Today we're going to make it with one of our super sauces.
Nice.
So I thought, well, we could use the hot one, James, or we could use the espresso, the mild. Which would you think would be better? I think the espresso.
Yeah, I think the espresso is probably really nice. It'll give it nice flavour and bring out that caramelly note in the chocolate as well.
That's right. Now, the other thing, I was looking and thinking, what can we cook with a nice bit of chilli? So today, I'm going to make a chicken mole. Do you know what that is?
Mole.
Do you know what that is?
I haven't heard of it, Doug.
Well, have you heard of guacamole?
I have heard of guacamole, and I do like that. That's where you use avocado and chop up stuff, right?
Well, this is going to be a Doug's take on the Mexican mole. And we're going to put some different spices into it because there's some different recipes that have gone out and they have got chocolate and coffee in them.
Oh, nice. Well, that's good, Doug. That's what we're here for.
That's exactly what we're about. So today we're going to do a chicken mole with tacos and burritos, and you're going to be doing all of the condiments.
I'm going to be helping out too. That's good.
Betcha.
I'm looking forward to that. Now,
in a good kitchen, we've started this going, and the first thing I have to do is I have to fry off the chicken breasts. It said that most recipes call for chicken breasts, James, but I like chicken thighs.
Doug, I've got to tell you, I'm with you. I like chicken thighs. The flavour's better. It's a much nicer flavour. The meat tastes different, and you know, the breast is all that white meat and it's stringy and all that, but the thighs, yeah, they give a lot more flavour, and the wings too. A lot more flavour in them, especially, and I'm looking forward to this now, Doug. I'm starting to get hungry, you know.
James, despite all my preparation,
yes,
I did miss something.
You did. You missed out on getting the wine, Doug. No champagne. So that's a bit of a travesty.
No, James, give us one of your knives, will you?
Oh, he hasn't got a knife. He hasn't got a knife. Mind you, he didn't get any champagne. Look, I'm going to lend him this one here because this is special. Oh, this has got my logo on it. This is made specially for me by a very good friend of mine. Yeah, we can do that. and like Doug did not mention, he did forget to get the champagne, which is a travesty. Now, I'm putting it out there that I went down and just ducked down and grabbed a bottle, and it's not champagne. It's very close to champagne though. It's from the Loire, and that part of the region of the world is always famous for sparkling wine, and this is called Blanc de Blanc. What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm just waiting to find out.
White grapes. So generally, you're going to say Blanc de Blanc is a Chardonnay, 100% Chardonnay, and one of the reasons why I love champagne is because it's made on the Chardonnay grape. The Chardonnay grape's the king of France. There's no doubt about that. So we're going to have a bit of this anyway, and we've not tried this one before, so that's exciting. I am putting one shout out too, though, because we do love Australian products. I'm putting a shout out to every Australian winery that happens to watch our show. If you want us to showcase your wine, send us some. Send us some sparkling wine. We'll showcase it. We'll talk about it. Absolutely. You send it to us, we'll talk about it. How about that, Doug?
And I'll drink it as well.
And you'll drink it. So that's fantastic.
You betcha.
So a little pop there.
Sounds
good to me. That's right.
So once we've browned this off, we remove the chicken from the pot. Then I'm going to saute some onions. But while I'm doing that, James, sure, I need you to, while this is cooking off, I need you to give me an explanation on a special ingredient. We're going to put some chilli in this.
Right.
Now, our sauces that we're going to use, we've got Dragon's Breath, and we've got our secret sauce.
You're not allowed to use that, Doug.
I am allowed to use it, James,
because you
used it last week, James. So
yeah, but I'm special, Doug.
No, James, I'm going to do it special. So we've got a secret sauce here.
We've got a secret sauce, and you'll all be wanting this because this is coming out soon. So we're doing it just to whet your appetites, you know. The secret sauce. Yep.
So while these have got chili in them, James,
they do.
I don't think it's going to be enough. Because this is a Mexican dish, we need to have a little bit more chili.
You always put a bit more chili in, Doug.
So, I am not a chili expert, but I believe you are, James.
No, I'm not an expert. You know, an expert's excellent unknown quantity, experts to drip under pressure, and that's not me. So that's all right. But look, I know a little bit about it, and like you, Doug, I pre-prepared. Now,
hey, good one.
Look, we do have. Doug's gone to all the trouble of making our new recipes look absolutely spectacular instead of my boring old handwritten things. So that's great. So this probably ended up seeing this in a cookbook one day, I'm sure. But I did pre-prepare, Doug, because I got a bit of picture of a chili. If you want to know anything, you know what? You can Google most things. And there's a whole lot of different parts to chilies. And we can talk about all that. We can talk about what we do with them. We'll put this up on the video so you can see it for yourself. Of course, that's a red chili. There you go, that's a red chili. Interestingly enough about these chilies, these long chilies don't tend to be terribly hot. Especially when you take the seeds out, because that is a hotter part of it. Should be cooler down this end than this end.
Which end? So, I wasn't watching.
The point end's cooler.
Yeah. Okay.
The fat end's
but doesn't it hang off the tree like that?
Doesn't it hangs like that.
So doesn't all the hot stuff come down here?
No.
Okay, well I just learned something.
And you know, even now what I'm doing with this chili, and you have to be really aware of this, I'm touching this chili all over. Now, if you put your hands on your eyes, you could quite easily get a nice little burn, so you don't want to do that. Handle all chilies with respect. Now, let's just cake a little tiny bit of chili and see how hot this is. Now, that's not even hot. It tastes like capsicum.
Okay.
There's no power in that little tiny bit coming in now, but it's the very end of the chili.
Saute onions. While he's talking, I'm doing two things at once.
Good.
Okay.
I'm going to show Doug something else too, because a friend of mine, his name's Pascal Hulier, and Pascal, if you're watching, g'day mate, how you going? Now Pascal's been a chef for a long time, and a good friend of mine, and one of the things that Pascal does...
I'm going to put some carrot in because I like carrot.
Carrot? Good.
Okay,
carrot.
There you go, carrot. Pascal
eats chili just about with every meal, and how he does it, a little different to most other people. So what he does, I've got some classic, this is Squid brand fish sauce. Now it's pretty famous fish sauce. This is what Pascal does, is really simply having chili and fish sauce together.
I need the chili, James. Get a move on. I need the chili, James.
You need the chili now.
I need the chili, James. Would you get a move on?
How much chili would you like, Doug?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to burn my mouth out. So
let me just see here, Doug, because what we might do, we might scrape. I'm going to scrape a little bit of this off here, because this is going to be probably a bit too hot for it. And I think this part of the chili will be quite hot. So let's just see. Let's just see. Yeah. So the top half of the chili, boom, hot. Bottom half, not so much. So I've taken the seeds out. Do you just want slices, Doug?
Oh, I think so, James.
So it's quite spicy, the top part of the chili, compared to the bottom part of the chili. And that's okay. We'll take the seeds out because we just don't want to give it that extra heat. It's not about, it's about the flavour, isn't it, Doug?
No, it is, James.
Yeah. So
thank you.
I'll tuck this little bit up here for you, and then I'll continue to do what I was doing there.
And what I'm doing is I've got carrot, onions in here. Now I've got some fresh tomato. And the idea of the fresh tomato is I'm going to put that in and saute that off as well. Then, James, I've got a whole lot of other ingredients. This particular process is just keep adding and adding. All right. So now we've got this, we need to add a whole lot of ingredients to this super sauce. So first thing I'm going to put some garlic in. Garlic. And garlic and stir that around. Every good recipe needs a bit of salt and pepper for seasoning. So a bit of ground salt.
Lovely.
And a bit of pepper, James. I like pepper, although we've got chili in here, the pepper rounds it out and gives it a nice flavour. Because we're looking at a sweet and sour effect, I'm going to put some raisins in here. And the raisins, just a few, because
I like grapes, Doug.
in the recipe we've got these sauces. Now these sauces are going to, when I pour them in, we need 40 ml, but I'm just going to do a dash. because I know how much 40 ml is.
That's a guesstimate, right?
That's a guesstimate. And this is the secret sauce, James. This is our chocolate sauce. Now, in this particular recipe, you can put grated chocolate, but because we've got the ability to have a sauce, we're just going to put that in here.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well,
now,
there's no melting. That's clever.
Because it's a sweet and sour, lime juice. I've got the juice of a full lime that's going to go in.
Boy, I wish you had smell-o-vision. You should smell this.
And then here comes all the really crazy ingredients. We've got some cinnamon. I'm going to put some shake of cinnamon. Now you can coat the food in some cumin and put that in cumin. And I like the flavour, so I'm going to put a good dash. They say half a teaspoon in the recipe, and that's what I'm putting in. So now I'm going to give that a nice stir. Oh yeah, smell-o-vision. And we are getting this nice chocolatey gooey sauce. Now I'm making sure that it blends in at this stage before I put the last ingredients, 2 ingredients in, which is, you can put cashew nuts, but they say you can put peanuts. Now I want a nutty flavour, so I'm going to put in a good dose, about 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and the rest going to go in my mouth.
Sounds good to me.
Right. Oh, no, I can't talk now because I've got... Now, secret ingredient, some sesame seeds. This is what you call a combination of flavours. The last thing that we need is 2 cups of chicken stock.
Chicken stock?
That's a nice gooey recipe before we even start.
Looks fantastic.
Now, because it's all lumpy...
That's not lumpy.
This recipe says that you take it out when it's all cooked, take the chicken out at the end, and then we're going to put it through a blender. We're going to blend this to make it a nice, fine sauce before we then pull the chicken apart and have it. You can see how beautiful that looks, but it's still too thick at this stage.
Smells great, Doug.
So now, 2 cups of... Look, I like Maggie beer stuff because I like natural stuff.
Good on Maggie.
And good on Maggie. So, last thing, we've got some nice juices here from the chicken.
I'll put that chicken, oh yeah, see the juices, yep.
And we're just going to pop this all back in here. And this
now just going to cook there, is it, Doug?
Yeah, it just sits here and bubbles away. That's got to reduce down, James.
Oh, I see.
And
yep.
So, if you want it to reduce, there is no point in putting the lid back on because it's not going to reduce. However, I still want to get it to the boil, so I'm going to put the lid at a jar. Just like.
And what I'm going to do now, though, is I have the top part or the centre part of this chilli, and I'm just going to chop that up with the seeds, just a bit, not a lot, and it's going to go into this beautiful fish sauce. Now, Pascal's really famous for doing this. That's what he does. So it's just little rings from wherever you like. They might be a bit too big. So what you do is come down here, turn it around the other way, cut some little tiny rings. You don't need many. That's probably going to be enough because it's just for a couple of people. And grab those little things like that, put them into that fish sauce like that. Boom. A little stir around. Now, it's really quite amazing, the difference, and I'm going to pull a little bit out with this knife on what that fish sauce does.
What does it do to it?
It gives us this unusual, amazing flavour. Doug, I think you should try it. I think you should try some, but maybe not just yet. You try some when we have the meal. You get the salty fish taste, plus you get the chilli spice. The chilli spice doesn't come until afterwards, but the saltiness is magnificent. So thank you, Pascal, for that. I really enjoy doing that.
Next thing I have to do, James, is we're going to make our chocolate mousse.
Chocolate mousse. It's one of my favourite things in the world, Doug, chocolate mousse.
I know, same here. One of the things with chocolate is there are different ones. There are lots of different ones, and I just threw that away before I showed. I'm getting ahead of myself. I like Lindt.
Lindt, yes.
It is a good product, and rather than using cooking chocolate, which is a bit cheap and nasty, I prefer the stuff that you buy that you eat. So, James, can you do me a favour, because you need something to do?
Sure. What would you like me to do?
Can you break, I've got a 70% and a milk chocolate.
Because I'm going to break it up pieces into there?
Into there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the butter ready.
So is this one where it's one for the pot, one for the...
No,
for the
James.
chef?
No, James.
You sure?
Yes,
Not
I am.
for the pot,
I am, James.
I thought it was.
Good. I'm just going to stand here and watch you. This is...
I thought it was one for the pot, one for the chef.
No, James.
No, that's amazing. You know, that's just that's cruel. So I'll remember that.
Now, I've had some water on the here. There's not a lot in here. It's purely just so that I can have... James, please. It's not going to taste the same.
Sorry, it was an accident. It fell into my mouth. I didn't mean it to do that, Doug. Do you want a bit to fall into your mouth, Doug? There's a little bit for you too. Oh, look at that. It's accident. It's an accident.
Well, that's good, James.
It actually breaks up easier too. Your milk chocolates tend to be softer, and your dark chocolates have that little bit of extra cocoa in them, so they actually snap when they break, which is kind of nice for melting and all of that too as well. So, anyway.
Now, the thing that I find with chocolate mousse is when you're going to mix the butter in with this, the butter can change the consistency of the chocolate quite a lot. Because we're going to use our Dragon Espresso in the mix,
beautiful, Doug.
there is a combination of how you... Thank you. Good. Of how you do this. Because if you do it in the wrong combination, the chocolate and the butter can curdle. And then it's very hard to get it back to the right consistency.
Scrambled eggs. We don't want that.
No. So, that's going to happen there. While this is sitting, bubbling away here, I'm going to, as this starts to melt, James, that's going to just sit there.
What do you call that, Doug?
That's called chocolate, James. Chocolate. And that's a pot in a pot.
It's like a double boiler type of thing, isn't it?
That's a pot within a pot.
If you don't know, it's a pot within a pot, because you can't put chocolate straight on the hot element. You'll actually burn it. So you need to do it with the steam of our second pot, right?
If you say so, John.
Yeah, I do. Okay. So the steam of the first pot will actually melt the chocolate.
That's why there's two of us, because James is here to confirm all of the technical stuff. It's a pot within a pot, James. That's a speed. Now, in my recipe, I have said 250 grams. No, I'll tell a lie. 100 grams. Now, 100 grams.
Of butter.
Yep. Now.
Yeah, because that's a lot different to 250, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that whole block there is 250.
Then you're really French if you put that much in.
No. So, and because I can't see without my glasses, can you give me 40 mil? Just let me
40 mil. Let me see.
Check the recipe.
Check the recipe.
40 mil of Dragon Espresso, 60 grams of butter, and it says here, I like salted. Some people can use unsalted, but 60 grams. James, do you know how to separate eggs?
Yeah, one looks brown, one looks white. That's how you're doing it?
The yellow bit from the white bit, James.
Did I do that last week on the show? Maybe.
No, I don't remember.
He doesn't remember, but I did. I can separate an egg, yeah.
Now, James, I need eggs separated.
You need eggs separated, Doug. How many eggs do you need separated, Doug?
3, Joe.
3.
3. Now,
so have you got a little glass for me to put them into? Because, yes you do. Good. Because one of the things you want to do, what do you want to do when you're separating an egg? Now, where do you want the yolks to go, Doug?
I want the yolks...
In there?
No, I want the yolks in there.
And where do you want the whites, Doug?
In there.
Right, okay. So what I might do first is what we'll do first is we'll just crack an egg. So if you do that, you can actually crack the egg really easy. And I really don't like doing what I'm doing right now, because if there was a faulty egg, I would be putting bag egg white into here, but Doug's promised me that these eggs are beautiful.
What's the yolk?
Look, he wants 3 yolks, so there's 1 yolk. Look, it doesn't, that's broken there. No big deal, Doug.
And we're pouring in this beautiful coffee syrup into the pot now, and into the melted chocolate.
This looks so fantastic, Doug. Look at it. You should try this. It's magnificent. I know, you know, that's what I said before, but it's great flavour. You've got to taste it, and it's beautiful. This is beautiful. I've done something good. Doug's taught me something new. It's fantastic. Look at this. Yeah. Now listen, you said we're going to do something now. What are we doing?
We're going to beat the egg whites.
Beat the egg whites. Beautiful. Give them to me. I'm going to beat them. What am I going to beat them for? What have they done wrong?
Just don't miss.
Oh, the mix master.
Mix master.
Oh, I don't know. What do I know?
This is just going to make some noise.
Well, what it says there is, I don't know where it says that. Doug, you wrote it.
Oh,
you
goodness me, James. Now, once you've got the egg whites,
so you know what to do. I don't need to read.
if you make the egg whites too firm, they'll go brittle. So you have to get them just so that they're starting to treble in size, and then just turn the mix master on low, and then 1 tablespoon of sugar.
Are you going to rain that in, Doug?
I am. What do you mean rain?
Gently raining it in bit by bit.
I'm just pouring it in gently, James.
Yeah, because otherwise you put it all in at once, this big clob, a big.
Now,
I want that.
Now we've got that in there. Now, there are 2 trains of thought here, James.
That's a bit look as though so that's kind of like meringue type of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Now we can put this. We've got to put some vanilla into this because it'll just make it zing.
Okay.
Now I can put the vanilla into there, or I can put it into the cream. But the cream I'm going to separate, so I'm going to put it into here.
Sounds like a good plan, Doug.
Now, while I'm doing that, James,
how many drops you got to put in there, Doug?
You're going to take this back here.
Oh yes. Oh, you should see this. This is absolutely spectacular. It's like you see on them fancy cooking shows when they're actually doing the chocolate and they're getting it ready so they can harden it up. That beautiful glaze on it, it's just stunning. It's really beautiful.
We've got to put the egg yolks into there.
Oh, into here?
What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put this
vanilla in with the egg yolks.
Into the egg yolks, and so you can see what
yeah.
Half a teaspoon of this beautiful vanilla.
I get to be the stirrer.
And you're going to be the stirrer. Now, to make sure that he's already broken 1 egg yolk, but
I broke one, but they're all going to get broken anyway. So look, it doesn't really matter.
Now, you're going to do that with a wooden spoon, or you can do it with a whisk. But I think we'll do it with a wooden spoon because it's a nice consistency.
So you're going to rain that in too?
I'm going to rain that in.
Right, yeah. Here we go. Look at this. It's all getting mixed up. Yeah, that's looking good, Doug. I don't have to do anything else now, do I, Doug? I'll just put that down there because I want to watch you.
Yeah, now, what I'm going to do is, this has peaked beautifully. See how that's nice and peaked?
Is that soft peaks there?
Oh, for God's sake.
Soft peaks. Really nice too. Tastes good. Got that sugar content to it.
If you've got that is a beautiful consistency.
It really is. Now, I must admit, that really is good, Doug.
That is a really good consistency.
I could just eat all of that in one go.
2 things we can do. We can put the egg white straight into there, which a lot of recipes say you do, James, but I don't like to do that.
Rightio.
I like to take the egg white out of here while I've got a dirty bowl, put the cream into there, mix the cream.
Oh, the cream into there?
Put the cream, 1 spoonful of cream into there, just so it becomes nice and liquid.
I like to watch, Doug.
Then,
yeah, I like to watch.
Okay,
yeah.
just
sounds good.
You just stand there and watch me do this.
Well, that's what I think I'm going to do, really.
So see how that just holds its shape.
It does hold its
because
form,
I don't like making lots of washing for you later.
Yeah, no, Doug. That's not happening.
Now I've got 300 ml of double cream. 300. I like double cream because it's nice and rich and thick. You can put in just a pouring cream and beat that. But what I find is after the chocolate mousse has been sitting in the fridge for a while, James, it tends to separate.
Oh,
so
we don't want that.
If you've got the double cream, I use this. You want to lick that?
Well, it's double cream. It's healthy. It comes out of a cow. Comes out of a cow. How good is it? It's cream. It's good for you. It's good for your bones.
That's right.
Well, we've had some people with our dragon syrup, our dragon iced coffees recently, having a little thing about. There's white bits floating in the iced coffee.
Oh, yep. Really?
Yep. And in fact, we've even had a couple of people throw it away. Now, the white bits floating in there is cream. Cream comes from a cow. That's where it comes from. It's part of the milk. And when you have a bottle sitting there for a little...
Now, we have... This is the
trivet, Doug.
Blending process, James.
Blending.
The blending.
This is the special part, is it?
This is.
Oh, cream and.
Now, what I'm going to do is take a little bit of cream because the chocolate is still slightly warm.
It will not a little bit, will it?
It'll just cool it down because I don't want the hot chocolate to cook the egg whites.
You want it to thicken up. Is that what it is? Huh?
Well,
thicken up.
No, the egg whites make it really nice.
Because mousse, when you eat it, is fluffy, isn't it, Doug? It's fluffy. It's a fluffy thing in your mouth. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Mousse. Isn't that how you have it?
What's the matter with you? Fluff.
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 Yeah, you're a bit of
You know,
fluff. You're
I'm a fluff head.
Yeah.
Well, we do want to make special note to our film crew, Angela. She's a little bit unwell today, and that's why we're jumping and getting some shots here, and you might see one of us in the shot and not one of the others. And that's okay, because we can do this, but Angela is going to do all the post-production and everything on this and make us look good, I think. Doug, what do you think? She makes us look good, doesn't she?
I always look good.
Doug always looks good.
Beautiful. Oh, I don't want to alarm you, but I'm going to lick the bowl.
Well, Doug, you're allowed to. That's what good chefs do. Well, who didn't do that when you were a child? When your mum or grandma was making something fantastic, didn't they give you the beaters or the spoon to lick? Did it ever hurt you? No. Did it make you? Make you happy? Yep, absolutely. I can remember doing that. Absolutely, I can. What you doing, Doug? He's licking the bowl. You know, that's a good thing. If it's good enough to lick, it must be bloody fantastic. So, good on you, Doug, licking the bowl. Yeah. Anyway, cheers to that.
I'd offer it to you, James, but this is...
I ain't licking it up. No, I'm not even going to say that.
Now, what do you think, James?
That looks good, Doug.
I think...
And what happens then? The cream goes on top when that all cools down, does it?
Yeah.
This bit of cream we've got left over here, see? So, we've got this bit of cream here. And when that's all cooled down, so you've got to let that cool down. Does that go in the fridge now, Doug, to cool down? Or
I'm going to put that on a tray, James, and we're going to put that in the fridge with a little bit of glad wrap over it. Nice. I've got some more in there that I'm going to put into some ramekins. That's going to go in the fridge so it doesn't go off. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put... Can you put the oven on?
Yeah,
because what we're going to do is we're going to make some enchiladas.
Enchiladas. I like enchiladas.
And we're going to put some tacos in the oven and just make them nice and crispy.
I love it. I'll do that. What temperature would you like it on? Just low?
No, I think about 100, 150.
150, right, yeah. I'll put it on 150, Doug. So now you've got to do something with this chicken, Doug.
Yeah, I have to pull it, James.
Pull the chicken.
Pull the chicken.
Have you ever pulled a chicken?
No, I've never put...
I don't know what that means, but anyway.
Well, you
does
just
that
leave
kind of mean strip it? Does it mean take the meat off?
It means pull it apart.
I see.
Pull it apart. It's just you didn't get me finish what I had to say. Now, okay. I'm going to pull the chicken and then I'm going to blend the sauce in my little blender here.
Nice.
So it becomes nice and smooth.
Oh,
now,
you know what?
What do we put the oven on?
Because I think we have to put in some enchiladas and some taco shells. What do you reckon, Doug?
I think we need to do that straight away, James, because
it's just lucky. Here's something I prepared earlier.
What's all this?
Doug, apparently you're making me cut all this stuff up to go as, you know, little condiments with the pulled chicken. And that'll all go into these things here, I suppose. You're the one doing this, not me. I'm just going to put these things on there, a couple of enchiladas on there. You know, they're the flat... Oops. That's a flatbread. That one's Doug's because it's broken apart. No, that can be mine.
No, I don't want that one.
That can be mine. I'm okay for that being mine. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is the good part, is that now I don't have to do a single thing, because now Doug is going to do all the preparation.
Down in the bottom, and I don't mind if it falls out a little bit and gets a little bit gooey, because really, this is family home cooked food. I better do yours as well.
I better do mine as well, yeah.
And then nice bit of sauce.
Why have we only got one, Doug?
Because I'm plating it up like this, James.
Oh yeah, to make it look special.
Now, I think fingers are the only way to do this.
That's finger food.
That's right.
Finger food. Nothing wrong with fingers.
And then
look at this.
Just over the top.
It's raining lettuce.
Well, I can't get any more in the... and honestly, James, I don't care if that looks a bit messy, but by God, it's going to taste good.
That looks fantastic, Doug. And I think we should probably go and eat that now. You know?
I reckon we're going to...
and you're going to see the second part of the show a little later on.
Struggling to come back, James.
Are you, Doug?
I am, James.
I'll tell you what.
Because that lunch, I don't know, I don't mind saying that I enjoy my own cooking. What do you think?
Well, I enjoyed your cooking too. It was really good. We're a little bit fatter than we were before, so we're still fabulous blokes though. So, and what are you going to do now, Doug? Because we did something earlier, didn't we?
These chocolate mousses need to be eaten, James.
Chocolate the mousses that need to be eaten. It's going to be a bit like last week's show, you know, 100% fat free. If someone else eats them, but we're going to eat them anyway.
So just because we need a little bit more cream on top here.
Presentation.
This is the cream that I whipped up earlier, James.
Beautiful. Now, I like that.
That goes there.
That's less is more.
Now we've got some more of this beautiful Lindt chocolate, and as I've told you before numerous times in my cooking, I like flamboyance.
Flamboyance.
Do you like that word, James?
Yeah, I do like that word. Yeah.
Good. Now. Yep. Untouched by human hands, of course. And we've got a little cheese grater.
Grater.
You want chocolate on yours?
Yeah, sure. Hello.
Okay.
It's a chocolate dessert. I want chocolate on mine, yeah. I think we should try this. What do you think, folks? Do you think we should give
before we do.
Oh, yeah. Next week I'm cooking toasted sandwiches, apparently. No, I'm not cooking toasted sandwiches, but how am I going to come up over the top with this? Come on, really. This is you know. I
had to step up. I honestly did, because the shashliks, I don't think I'm ever going to live that down. You're never going to let me live that down.
Well, I'm not even going to talk about it anymore, Doug. Because you just outdone yourself.
This is good.
Whatever licks they were, they're gone, because now we've just had the best chicken meal ever, and now obviously we're having mousse made with one of these. Now you can't make it. You can make mousse and it'll just be ordinary mousse. You don't want to make ordinary mousse. You want to make exceptional Doug's mousse. So you've got to make it with one of these syrups. So while you're out there, why don't you jump online? Because we're online, buy a syrup. Try us out. Have a go. Oh, you've taken your lid off, Doug. Oh, I'm going to do that too.
Get in, James. So I'm going to
shake. The same things. Cheers. Huh?
Enjoy.
Bon appetit. Wish you could taste this, but you can't. It's beautiful. Like I said.
Now, it's not too sweet. It's got beautiful mocha. It's got really complex flavours. That is good. What do you think?
You've done good.
You done good? This is good. Well, I'm going to continue eating. You can talk.
I'm going to keep eating. I'm going to have a drink of this too, because this is pretty special. Cheers.
Cheers. Champagne and iced coffee. What better combination?
Absolutely. I'm going to say,
cheerio.
From me, cheerio.
And from him, cheerio.
Perfect.
Stop talking.
Okay.